You'll find Harris ran the ball, getting back on it now, looking for some port, goes in short, and he'll find Harradine. Now, I've seen Harradine kick goals from here. He's down breeze, normally a magnificent kicker of the ball, but he's going towards the lead of Blight. Blight's going to get a leap at it. Up he goes. Almost got it. Comes out with the ball. Hooks around the corner. Woodville have got their first on the board. Beautifully done, Malcolm Blight. Thought he might have taken the mark, however. But Woodville get there first, and in fact, as he drives to the half-forward line in front, taken there by Michael Fuller. He's the Port Augusta boy, drives to the half-forward line, looking for Harradine almost. Harradine and Curtis vying for the ball out here now towards Tahini. Tahini, long handball. Malcolm Blight, walk-in goal. Great football, Warriors. Well, that's what Tahini can do when he gets to the ball, Peter Marker. And Malcolm Blight, forward line. Quickly in on the ball there with Schwarz. The handball out, not all that good. Fuller with the opportunity, if he can pick it up. Gets it almost to McCormick. Matheson, here's a chance now. Simpson bolts off up towards full forward. Hughes in front, can't quite get there. Malcolm Blight, oh, it's going to bounce through. Did they touch it? Oh, it's a goal. Well, I think I called it to Schwarz. Did I? Who kicked the goal after all?
30 points. Important state selection news.
Thank you, Bruce. Yes, the state selectors, Bob Hammond and Jeff Motley, have just reported that there's been 3 additions to the state squad. Craig Williams, not surprisingly, Rick Davies and McGuinness have been added, and the side will be named on Tuesday PM. Williams, Davies, McGuinness in the state squad.
Kennedy, Detman couldn't get the ball. Harvey appears to be on the ball, or he might even be in the centre, Harvey. Heaven comes out to meet it. Harvey runs it through. Here's a chance, Cunningham. He taps it over towards Clifford, but clearing for Woodville, or the Warriors, is Darmody. Knocking it away is McCormack. Russell Ebert played it well. Intercepting is Huffetts. The ball is put to Belton. Now he's got a chance to get it over, but Tahini was in hot pursuit. Belton short. Good catch, Bradley. I think you find Bradley's at half forward, possibly, although Detman's still with him. And Harvey may be in the middle. Bradley goes to full forward. Williams is there for Port Adelaide. Oh, he had a fair bit of that ball. He's being paid. It's a touchy one. Didn't have a lot of it, but perhaps he had just enough of it to be paid. Kick number 4 coming up for Anthony Williams. The Magpies are 6'11". The Warriors 5'8". The breeze is swinging that ball right away late, but just enough to get the goal. That's 2 to Williams. Port Adelaide 7'11" to the Warriors 5'8".
Yes, Peter, you were saying that Evans still led the goal kickers for Port Adelaide, having played only 2 and a bit games. That was a fine mark to Bradley. Well, with that goal, Williams has just nudged in front of him. And let's have a look at it. Oh, how much of a grab did he have, Peter? I might not have been as charitable as you, but nevertheless, 2 goals to Anthony Williams. Port 7'11", Woodville 5'8".
Yeah, I think you're right, Ian. He was a bit lucky. Bradley and Harvey are both in the square for Port Adelaide. Bradley got the handball out, but it wasn't effective. Back it comes towards Beecroft. Bolton's there as well, and he gets legged, and Bolton will get a free kick. And a 15-metre penalty as well, Bruce.
Ben Harris has gone to full-back, Peter, with Hughes off the ground. I think Hughes must be injured. I'll try and find out. And Alan Gill, as I said, in the forward pocket.
Thank you, Bruce. Bolton wanted to bolt all the way down to the forward lines then, but he'll have a kick from centre half forward. It'll be his 7th. Plenty of distance. Behind is Fuller, couldn't take the mark. Diving on it is Russell Ebert. He's still got it. Gee, he'll have to get rid of it. McSporran fell over. Or did he fall over? Anyway, the umpire has found a free kick, and that'll go to Ben Harris. As Bruce has pointed out, he's at fullback. Ben Harris screws one off the side of the boot. Up high, McCormack. He knocked it clear. That's Craig Ebert. Huppets to Belton. Belton spears one towards Harvey. Can't find that player, and I think you'll find that Ron Fuller will be paid the mark.
Fuller from centre wing to put the Warriors into attack. Short, or too far for Tahini. Huppet snips in, read it well, drives to the half-forward line. Getting back on it is Parker. Over the top, however, was Gill. Anderson through, looking for support. Gill gives it to him now. Out wider still is Harvey. That's the way the ball goes. Harvey on the left leg. Cunningham is in the pocket. Getting there is Heaven as well. One-out situation. Cunningham using his body well, but allowed Matheson in to take the ball. He goes back towards the half-forward line where Harradine turfs the mark. Play on is the call. Harradine comes out with it with surprising ease, but in the interim, the umpire will bounce. A bounce between centre and wing, marginally in favour of Port Adelaide. 7-11, they lead to 5-8. Kennedy. Oh, Beecroft was holding one hand. Bolton picked it out to Tahini. Centre line they go. Up towards McCormack, up over the top. Harris, the new full-back, leading Malcolm Blight in the race, who's not making any metres on him at all. The big fellow stumbles. Blight tries to get it out, only as far as Ebert, however. Huppets. Back to Harris. Curtis. Half-back flank short, close to the line. Well, Belton was a little worried that it probably got out on the full. Must have been only centimetres in it. Kick number 10 coming up to Paul Belton as he puts it high to the half-forward line. Fletic getting underneath it. Thumped away, however, by McCormack. Fletic looks like he's holding it. Belton. Short. Giles, too far for that player. Bradley has plenty of pace. On the lead is Anthony Williams. Out on the lead he goes, gets his hands to it, can't bring it down at the back of the pack. It's Cunningham, wants backup support. Fletic's going to give it to him also. There is Gill. And that's the way the ball goes. Gill in the forward pocket. Fletic was head on to goal, but the Port Adelaide Rover chose Alan Gill. Fresh on the ground. The angle is evident. The right goalpost will be needed. Not an easy kick by any stretch of the imagination. Never even started on line. It's gone right across the ground, and indeed it's just in play on the outer side.
Big Max Parker picks it up. The handball is across to Matheson. Not the best kicker of a football, Matheson. That one wasn't too bad. Tried to find Ron Fuller, but missed him. I think the Warriors have got problems. Malcolm Blight is very proppy on that leg. And McCormack is already a tired player. Of course, he hasn't had a lot of match practice this year. And they're their two key forwards. You're going to need forwards to win this game. Beecroft up high, back towards Harvey. In comes Harradine, read it well. Got a quick kick away at Miss McSporran. Russell Ebert easily. Thought of going backwards, but he didn't. He swung it around to Cunningham, short to Kennedy. And the giant ruckman takes an easy one and swings it up to centre half forward. In front is Max Parker, couldn't take the mark. Anderson very slick onto the left boot. Rarely does he waste a ball, and he finds Gill with ease. Kinnear's the runner. Port Adelaide building now. The kick wasn't a good one. Almost found Belton, but not quite. Tahini fell over. No, he was tripped, according to the umpire, and he'll take a free kick.
I think your first description was right, Peter.
Oh, well. Eugene Tahini. A very casual kicking action. Late on the scene was Beecroft. Bolton got it out to Sherpick. Sherpick's kick is wide towards Ron Fuller and found him. Fuller took off. He was off for sure. Had to get rid of the ball. Harradine came in to assist. Anderson again, a quick kick away. Alan Gill will get there first. He might swing it back to Kinnear. No, he won't. He'll look for Cunningham and finds him. Oh, over the top was Huppets. Back it went to Clifford. Fletic is alone, and he's found with consummate ease. Too many loose players in.
Yes, Peter. Bad mistake then by Woodville centre field, and that enabled Port Adelaide to get right in. And Port Adelaide are up on their toes and starting to run.
The angle is caught beautifully by the Channel 7 cameras. Average disposals with hand and foot. Milan Fletic, 17 so far this year. Oh, he swings that around. He read that breeze well. That's goal number 4 for Fletic. What a game he's playing. 7-11 Port Adelaide, 8-11 in fact, the Warriors 5-8.
If a pleasant outing for your family and all their bits and pieces mean somewhat of a squeeze, can the can. In the new Mitsubishi Express Star Wagon, 8 people have room to move in a standard of luxury not found in the traditional family station wagon. Yet the Mitsubishi Star Wagon costs about the same. The new Mitsubishi Express 8-seater and Star Wagon. The civilized family wagons that can the can.
Port Adelaide at centre wing through Belton. Starting to run beautifully now, the Magpies. Out wider still. Huppets gives chase. Matheson getting back for the Warriors. Huppets showing a lot of pace in those getting older legs. Couldn't say age legs. Kinnear, well, not a good kick off the side of the boot. Searching for it in mid-air, however, was Bradley. Through came Swars. Bradley's got it again now. Clifford out wider still, looking for someone to pass to on the lead. Gill thumped away by Darmody. A chance. John Harvey tucks it into the pocket, swings out the handball. Anderson looking for backup support, finds it from Politic on the left leg, shoots for goal, and what a magnificent shot that is. Goal number 5, Milan Politic, killing him at centre half forward, and the Maggies have got their 9th on the ball.
Well, this is the sort of game that Milan Politic finds pretty easy. Anderson comes out with the ball, and Milan Politic summed it up well. Hooked it over the left shoulder for his 5th goal, and his performance today has been easily the most significant of any player on the ground, because not many goals have been scored, and he's got 5 of them. And there's a pen picture of Greg Anderson.
Centre bounce, tapped away by Kennedy, but straight to Harradine. A magnificent kick. This has gone 80 metres. I reckon it'll be a goal. Oh, what a kick. It's one of the biggest kicks that I've ever seen at Football Park. And I've got to have a look at the replay there just to see what my estimate of 80 metres is. Peter Marker.
Oh, it's amazing. I'd like to see the replay again. I don't think I can believe it. Poor old Paul Harradine can't either, I don't think. That was incredible. If it wasn't the longest kick I've seen, it was the quickest goal I've seen.
Still
at
on the
Football
cricket
Park.
pitch.
He's on the cricket pitch. You're right, Ian. It was 80 metres. That could go down the record books. It went through probably at about 14 feet high, and he was on the cricket pitch when he kicked it. Amazing.
An unbelievable kick. This could lift the Warriors. Kennedy gets up high. Cunningham with Swars and Cunningham. The Port Adelaide Rover towards Folletic. Getting back on the ball is Brett Matherick, being ridden by Folletic. All he's got is a saddle, and he would be able to ride him in the Great Eastern, but the umpire has said no, a bounce ball. Centre half forward, the Magpies in attack, leading by 21 points now. Line ball, that one. Big Max goes through towards centre wing on the outer side. Kinnear pulled off the ball. Anderson, Harradine again trying to lift the ball towards the half forward line. Fuller over the top, but the umpire will bounce.
Gee, I wish they'd give the ball to Harradine again. That was sensational. I bet you he'd like a few more kicks too, particularly going to that northern end. He hooks it over the top. Kinnear ducked on that occasion. It's caught again. Woodville on the run. Macareth gave it back to Matheson. Matheson's fighting with fresh air at the moment. There's no one within 20 metres of him. Short to Macareth. Brett Macareth. At half forward, Porter a bit loose at this stage. Blight against Harris. Blight one hand, backs up onto the left boot. Goal. 3 goals, Malcolm Blight, and the Warriors are on the move again. 7-8 they are. Port Adelaide 9-11.
What beautiful use of the body, Peter. And have you noticed how quickly that Blight can get the ball onto his boot when he gets it? And this, of course, born out of VFL days. Used his body well. Now watch this. Grab, kick. 1 goal. His 3rd. He's kicked 3-5 for the Warriors now. I still want to say the Peckers. I got used to that. 9-11 to 7-8. Woodville doing well in this 3rd quarter, but they'll have to because they're kicking with the breeze.
Malcolm Blight is pretty sore, obviously, that right foot of his. But he's still playing well. Woodville trying to get out of the centre and can't. Finally, it's Macareth. He gets it wide to Heaven. He's now in trouble. Lucky to get away with that. Ron Fuller gave it out wide. Matheson gets rid of it like a hot potato. In comes Harradine. It's a free kick after disposal. The umpire's having a word to Kinnear. Kinnear's not happy. But there's no doubt that Harradine copped one. Big Beecroft is having a talk to Kinnear as well. Harradine goes long. 60 metres. Kennedy's under it. He takes a good mark. He's played well today, Ian, Kennedy.
Oh, yes, that handball put Giles under some sort of pressure. Huppets rescues Giles. Goes to the outer side. Kinnear's out there, but that'll be out of play on the full, I would imagine. And Beecroft makes sure that Kinnear knows what happened a little while ago. Ran him straight into the fence. Short to Mackworth. Oh, he's hung out to dry. Getting a little bit hot-tempered out there now as the bodies are thrown in. Brett Mackworth from half-forward line. Getting underneath the ball. Giles can't quite get there. Back on it, however, was Kennedy. Chooses the soccer. Bradley, well tackled Harradine. Macareth thought about it. Goes in long towards goal. Getting back on it. Blight going to bounce over the top. Just getting the hand to it was Eckerman. And off his fingers it goes through for the minor Woodville score. 7-9, Port Adelaide 9-11.
The Warriors are still in it if they can keep attacking like they are at the moment. Anything can happen on these days. A sudden downpour in the last quarter would make things difficult. Beecroft gets it over. The Warriors in again. Bolton takes the mark. Play on, calls the umpire. It must have been touched. Bolton gets it clear, but puts Schwarz in trouble. McSporran got the kick around. A big leap from McCormack, couldn't take the mark. Port Adelaide out through Eckerman. Eckerman goes long. Bradley's there with Macareth. Bradley waits down. He gets the handball out to Kinnear. The Warriors supporters not too wrapped in him. Heaven read it well, but couldn't mark it. Darmody in trouble. The tackle's on. That's a bear hug. There'll be a bounce. The Packers are trailing by 14 points. The tap away. Falling over was Ron Fuller, but he tapped it clear. Here's a chance, Schwarz again. Oh, the handball was cut off by Kinnear, but it'll go back to Schwarz. Was he pushed? Yes, I think he was. Pushed in the back. Schwarz will run it over. Matheson back to Schwarz. Schwarz goes long. Fuller should have marked it, didn't. Blight's in there, but he's got too much opposition and the umpire will have to bounce.
Bounce down 30 metres out from the Warriors' goal. Port by 14, and we've played 14 minutes of the third quarter. Fuller against Kennedy. Kennedy front spot, try to hook it back. Ebert's out there with Huppets close to the line. Has time to dummy turn and find Giles. Back to Craig Ebert this time. Shrugs the tackle long towards centre wing. Fleddick's up there. Parker getting back on the ball. But this time, I thought it was going to be a free kick to Port Adelaide. Parker long, or getting up very early, McCormack by McClifford. Low to centre wing. On the lead is Bradley. Belton should get it next. No, Bradley's going to duck around the other way. Kick in long towards the half-forward line. Heaven coming across and doesn't take the mark, but he's going to get out the back door. Oh, Gill ran him down beautifully. Quickly back on his shirt. But the umpire said that Gill has pushed Heaven in the back, and the Magpie supporters are not happy at all. Russell Johnson's laughing. I don't know why. No one else in the Port Adelaide camp is. Darmody.
Oh, Russell's got a great sense of humour. He can probably see something funny in anything, I think, Russell. Bolton charges off. The kick is across centre. Harradine knocks it on. Then he gets steamrolled into the ground. Craig Ebert starting to play well. Short Kinnear. Huppets is running for Kinnear. That's where the ball will go. And that's beautifully disposed. Huppets stops. And he's caught, and he taps it out of bounds. And he'll get a free kick as well. Perhaps that's the evener. Coming on for Woodville is Doug Coop. Going off is McCormack. Yes, he's not match fit yet, McCormack. Done some useful things, though. Max Parker's handball only finds Feletic. Milan swings that around. Geez, he knows where the goals are. Up high, Macareth. That's a fine mark in defence.
Very courageous mark, Brett Macareth. Right in the back pocket to put the Warriors out of defence. Have a look at it on replay. Geez, giving away some centimetres too there to the outer side. Matheson, but a free kick will go to the big fellow in Beecroft, playing particularly well for the Warriors. Goes towards centre wing. Russell Ebert thumps the ball away. Likewise out there was Tahini. Forward towards the half-forward line by Harradine, and the ball is out of bounds between wing and half-forward right flank on the outer side. Played 17 minutes. Kennedy. Fuller is 29. That's Michael Fuller. Kennedy gets the thump away. Back to his skipper and coach. An awkward ball, this one. Well taken by Simpson. Woodville into attack again over their half-forward line. Up towards McSporran, getting back on the ball. Good mark. He can make the distance from there, but, gee, his forwards have been caught out of position. He's going to have to wait for them to get up there. McSporran could make the distance with a good kick. Blight waiting in the square. McSporran is confident, or is he? No, he's not going to make it with that one. Blight in front spot with him there, Harris. Off the pack, Coop. Hook, not Coop. Bolton hooks around the corner. He's got it. Second goal, Bolton. Once again, the Packers edge closer to the Magpies. 8-9 to 9-11.
Well, McSporran didn't play it well, actually. The mark was good, but he lost possession of the ball and took plenty of time. But it was this man, Bolton, who read it well when it came to ground. Hooked it around for his second, and one thing you can say about the Warriors today, they are not giving up. But I have the feeling that breeze is stiffened up a bit, and perhaps it's favouring the Warrior end more significantly now than in earlier in the game. The Warriors are 9-11. The Magpies, should I say, the Magpies are 9-11. The Warriors 8-9.
Beecroft coming in slightly on the angle against Kennedy. In fact, he runs Kennedy's side as soon as the ball is bounced on the check side. Harradine can't. Going through quickly, however, it was Mackworth that got it out. Kinnear lose possession. Beecroft gets it to Fuller. Further afield, Tahini, no, that was Fuller, the other Fuller. Matheson over the half-forward on the lead. Blight, well done. Beautifully done, Malcolm Blight, and the ball was put in front of him. And he's got it about 35 metres out, difficult angle. Blight has kicked 3 goals, 5. Harris just late on the scene. Kick number 11 coming up to the Woodville champion. Drop punt underway. The umpire said he's got goal number 4. Beautifully done. Woodville 9-9, trail the Magpies 9-11.
Kennedy got the tap away from the centre, but that's Ron Fuller marking for the Warriors. They go in again. Blight's behind. Oh, he pushed the player out. He's been seen.
I think Malcolm's the first one to know it too, Peter.
Yeah, well, sometimes you can get away with that, but with the number of umpires on the ground these days, it's pretty hard to get away with anything. Playing it on is Bomber Clifford. Gee, that wasn't a good kick. Tahini's going to come in and pick it up, hopefully. Gets it out to Coop. Coop's got the player running. Here's a chance for Schwarz. Schwarz will run around Ebert, lines them up, and the Warriors have hit the front. First goal to Schwarz. Woodville are 10-9 now to Port Adelaide 9-11.
Both the umpires have spoken to Bomber Clifford. Neville Thorpe spoke to him first for giving away the free kick. You'll see the umpire's allowed to go on. The Bomber's just getting up. Tahini is down. Around goes Schwarz. Through the goal, his first. The Warriors have hit the front, and as I mentioned, it was Hilton and Thorpe who both spoke to Bomber.
Bomber's not too perturbed. Probably have a shave tomorrow before he goes to work. Port Adelaide are down by 4 points. This man Beecroft in the middle has really lifted Woodville. Russell Ebert at centre half back steadies the Magpies down. Belton's running, gets a bad bounce. Here's a chance for Simpson. Gets a quick kick away. Eckerman for Port Adelaide reads it well and takes it over the line. Well, we're approaching the 21-minute mark now of the third quarter. The Warriors have got some momentum going, but this seems to be where they fall into trouble. They can get there, but they can't push home the advantage. Michael Fuller was beaten by Kennedy. Curtis got it out to Ebert. Ebert back to Cunningham. He's caught. We dropped the ball. Picking it up was Kennedy. Bolton's in trouble. That was a good tackle. I tend to feel that there's a bit of inconsistency there in, just a bit.
Could be right, Peter. Cunningham. Half-back flank. Or not a raw dispatch ball at all. Beecroft at the second attempt. Gee, had he turned his back or not turned his back, he would have seen Harradine running. But he's going more directly towards Fuller at centre half forward. He drops it at the second bite. In goes the other Fuller. Oh, Schwarz wasn't ready for it, but he gets it quickly out now there to Coop. Coop gives a chance. McSporran into the open goal, and the Packers are 10 points in front. Second goal, McSporran, and look at the Woodville camp. They're starting to run it beautifully through their half-forward line now. Woodville 11-9, Port Adelaide 9-11.
Tell you what, there's a bit of excitement here at Woodville. Schwarz was missed by the handball. He got it to Coop, then to McSporran. McSporran with his 8th kick lined up for his second goal. And what's the excitement like down there, Bruce?
Peter, Woodville have kicked the last 6 goals won. They were trailing 5-8 to 9-11. They've kicked 6-1 since then. If they can get a couple more before three-quarter time, we might have the surprise of the season on our laps here at 7.
Detman through, grabbed high. The Warriors into attack again through Detman, their centre man. Well, comes to the half-forward line, not a good kick. It's all Port Adelaide running to meet it here. Belton getting up there is Bolton as well. Curtis has the pace. Half-forward line, Anderson, a bad bounce against Anderson, and John Simpson sees it go out of play. The Warriors by 10 points. Who would have thought? Long while to go yet. We're 23 minutes into the third quarter. Faletic does battle with Big Beecroft. The Bombers in there, Simpson too at the bottom of the pack, and umpire John Hilton says you didn't try to get rid of it, and free kick will go to Bomber. Clifford on the half-forward right flank. Got to go back over his mark to take it. Williams in the square gives the lead. Going to put it in high. Well, there's two Woodville players there. Darmody should have, but didn't. Out goes Cunningham, Bradley, Darmody, Gill, and the ball is out of play.
The Warriors, sensing they've got a chance, are starting to play, well, as desperately as I've seen them play for a long time. Well, Beecroft almost gave the free kick away. Ron Fuller for the Warriors didn't have a look. They get the lucky bounce. Coop put the hand into the back of Huppets and he'll take the free kick. Starting to make a few errors as well. Huppets has to kick high. Oh, big leap there from Tahini. Great work, Anderson. Belton on the run. The wind is swinging it around. Marking the ball was Williams, but he has to play it on. In fact, the umpire's going to bounce it. He didn't mark it. The umpire has ruled that both players had part of that ball. Heaven as well. If the Magpies want to score, all they have to do is tap this one through. Beecroft is there. Strange that he conceded the point there. I would have thought that he might have gone for the boundary, although...
When he had it so easily, Peter.
Yeah.
Port and Woodville have played 40 times, incidentally. Port Adelaide have won 37. The Warriors 2, and 1 has been drawn. So it certainly would be an upset. Fuller, almost leaving it behind. Simpson got it out to big Max Parker. The big fellow kicks long to the half-forward line. Fuller getting underneath the ball. At the back of the pack now it's Coop. If he can pick it up, they're in business. Huppets comes in. Back looking for Fuller, but Russell Ebert's got the ball under control. Back to Huppets, up over the top. Coop can't quite bring it down. In goes McSporran, out goes McSporran with the ball, and it's out of bounds half-forward left flank. 9-12 the Magpies, the Warriors 11-9. Into time on them, the third quarter. Kennedy and Michael Fuller. The bodies go in. Kennedy tries to hook it back. McSporran goes without the football. Bradley doesn't. Into the open spaces. Gee, this is a loose ball by about 30 metres. You'll see Matheson come into screen first. Dummies the handball first time. Gets it back, Harradine. He booted one from almost there before. In fact, he was there, but this time he goes for Malcolm Blight on the lead. Pushes out the Port Adelaide full-back. Blight's got it. This time he's grabbed one. He hasn't got it. Played for it, has won it. Look at Ivan Eckerman. Umpire Thorpe has given him the free kick for hanging on. Peter Marker, I reckon he had the ball. Maybe the tackle was a little too long.
I think that might have been an old-fashioned decision, Ian, because I think the rule changed a couple of years ago, and that's supposed to be holding the ball. But anyway, kick number 12 coming up for Malcolm Blight, which is a pretty important one. 30 metres out towards the lake end, chips away. Oh, that's not a good one at all. Malcolm, I think you've only just got a point. Not happy with that one at all. In fact, he has now got 4 goals, 6. 4 goals, 6. Well, he certainly can still get the ball, Malcolm Blight. Kicking off will be Ivan Eckerman. Port Adelaide having trouble at both ends of the ground. Full forward and full back. Eckerman kicks off. He goes short. That's a danger ball to Huppets. In comes Harradine. Another chance for the Warriors. The kick's on the way. I think he's kicked one. Oh, great performance, Harradine, but what a mistake, Eckerman. 2 goals, Harradine. The Warriors 12-10. The Magpies 9-12.
You don't often see the Magpie defence make a mistake like that. Fuller probably upended Huppets. Just took him out of his eyesight. Took it across him, and it's Harradine with the left foot kick, and the former South Adelaide player. Look at the excitement on Malcolm Blight's face. 7th league season, Paul Harradine, and as I mentioned, played with South Adelaide up until last season. We're past the 27-minute mark. The Packers are in front by 16 points. Beecroft and Kennedy. Kennedy again gets it away, but Detman snares it for the Warriors, gets the handball out. The Magpie supporters wanted holding the ball, but I think that's sheer optimism. 36 is Schwarz for the Warriors. Well, falling over was Kennedy. Bradley got the tap away. Detman tries to get it out. Bradley jumps on it again. The umpire will have to bounce it. Can the Warriors get up? Beecroft and Kennedy. Kennedy again. He's winning those tap downs, but the Warriors are taking it away. Schwarz to Heaven. There's no one home for the Magpies.
Craig Ebert, short to Cunningham, or he dropped it. Hasn't had a good day. Matheson for the Warriors. He's in trouble, but shrugs the tackle easily. Back to the pocket it goes. Coop missed it. Malcolm Blight couldn't get back on the ball quick enough. Players stack up and there'll be a bounce. We're past 28 minutes now. The Warriors desperately want another one. There's no doubt the wind is favouring the northern end. The Warriors probably praying for rain. Coop got that out. Detman in. Coop underneath the ball. Couldn't mark it. Blight's in there. Pushed a Port Adelaide player in the back. Craig Ebert will take the free kick.
Close to three-quarter time. The Packers by 16 points to the outer side. Setting himself Beecroft. 1-2 grabs. The big fellow's got it. Playing a superb game in ruck for the Warriors. Short. Tahini, no. Fuller it is in the pocket. And Michael Fuller has got a difficult shot. His captain coach missed from this spot just a little while ago. And the Port Augusta youngster puts the drop punt underway. Oh, the umpire does a big gallop there. In fact, it's out of play on the full. Woodville just wasting a few opportunities right now. And they'd be handy goals if they could get them in this time on period. Remember last week the Magpies were down 37 points at three-quarter time and they won on a canter, so there's nothing to stop them doing it today. Beat again. 12-10 to 9-12. 10th kick coming up for Beecroft. He left the ground with a bad right knee there in the second quarter, but he seems to be okay now. Well, that kick is not a good one either. Malcolm Blight did a lot of pushing and shoving. They were going to get a mark or a free kick or both, and it's Dexter Kennedy at full-back.
Blight is in a lot of trouble, limping severely at the moment. Dexter Kennedy won't have time to have his kick. It's three-quarter time. A great quarter for the Woodville side. They lead 12-10 to Port Adelaide, 9-12.
Is this the way you see gloss painting?
First time I've seen Woodville physically this year. I've seen them on the replay, of course, but first time I've seen them physically, and they've got a lot of good players in this side. Now we'll see whether Port Adelaide can answer the challenge like they did last week against North Adelaide at Prospect. 12-10 Woodville, Port Adelaide 9-12. Everything in readiness for the final quarter here at Football Park.
Bob Beecroft again will do battle in the centre with Dexter Kennedy. And can Bob Beecroft continue to play a significant role for the Warriors? They'll certainly hope so. Beecroft gets it forward. That's Michael Fuller. Drops the ball on the tackle. The umpire has given it to him for pushing the back. Woodville had possession anyway. Fuller goes back. Let's see if he gets distance. Yes, he does. Reasonable distance. McSporran on a lead, and he's taken a mark. That's not a bad start for the last quarter. The Warriors will certainly need to score. No point whatsoever in going on the defensive. Blight on a lead. Now, that wasn't a good pass. Giles easily intercepted to take the mark. Giles will swing it right down the centre of the ground with his 13th kick. Big Max Parker from behind. Didn't punch away, went for the mark. Anderson. He's got Belton, but he decides to go long. Harvey for Port Adelaide. Good fingertip mark, but he had to pay for it. Be a bit sore around the jaw area at the moment, I would think. Harvey will swing it into centre half forward. Intercepting Matheson. Oh, he dropped the ball. Shouldn't have. The handball comes out to Bolton. Bolton gives it back to Matheson. The Packers out of trouble. Well, they've got a panic here with Harradine. He should take off. They've had the luxury of a couple of bounces. And Harradine will go long. He gets plenty of distance. Underneath the ball is Eckerman. Couldn't mark the ball. Fuller tries to break the pack. Ebert on the ground. The tackle is on, and the umpire will bounce it.
Into the final quarter. Woodville by 16 points. Bounce down on their half-forward, right flank. Fuller in opposition to Kennedy. Clever tap down to Ebert. One of his famous handballs almost didn't come off. Coming through now is Coop. Coop out in front of Blight, might be too far out. Matheson can't get the ball. Another chance for Fuller. Fuller heads towards goal. He's 40 metres out. The breeze is starting to hold it up. Blight up over the top. Can't get it down. And Ebert can. Short, brilliantly past the Huppets on the half-back line. All the time in the world to get round Tahini. Beecroft, another good mark. What a great game this fellow's played. Fuller on the lead, short. He doesn't want that player. In fact, he's going to him now. On the half-forward right flank. He played that well. Made it look as though he was going to kick lot longer, Rocky Roberts style, or too far from the other Fuller. Ebert got it over to Bradley, back to Ebert in the 1-2, out wide of Feletic. Port Adelaide with a big chance to run it into attack now. Belton provided the break, but Feletic comes onto the left leg, goes in long. Anthony Williams at the back of the pack, trying to claim the mark. Darmody back in defence, under pressure. Through goes Cunningham, he'll need help. Feletic is there, can't get the ball away. And the umpire's letting it go on as Bolton gets away with the ball.
That was good umpiring. Over to Darmody. Darmody will swing it out towards Coop. Coop might just get there. No, he won't. There'll be a ball in. Well, both sides had a chance to score in the first 3 minutes of the quarter, and neither could convert. It's fairly obvious Malcolm Blight's got no recovery after he goes for the mark. He's pretty sore at the moment. Coop, over he goes. There'll be another ball in. Port Adelaide bench. How often have they been in a position like this against the Warriors? Not often. On 40 occasions that they've played, Port have won 37, the Warriors 2, and 1 has been drawn. But at Football Park, the Magpies have a clear victory in terms of wins. They've won 5, the Peckers have won none. Dexter Kennedy got the tap down to no effect though. Cunningham gets thrown away. There's Ron Fuller starting to play well. The kick's not a good one. Craig Ebert in front, a good safe mark in defence.
Yes, Ebert, just inside the half-back line. High towards centre wing. Beecroft back there. No pressure put on him. Oh, he didn't make what he should have. Anderson, a long kick in towards full forward. Bucky Cunningham up, can't bring it down. Darmody in front. First to recover. Slips out the handball. Heaven. Big Max Parker. Harradine is on the lead, and that's where the ball travels. Can't quite get there. Buttering up quickly is Matheson, and the umpire said no, that the ball has got to go back to Harradine to take his free kick over the mark. 12-10 to 9-12.
The Warriors are starting to run the ball out of defence a lot better, Ian, and Heaven and Darmody in particular doing well now.
Looking very confident indeed, Peter. Harradine. Oh, what a shocking kick. After his 80-metre kick, that didn't go 8 metres into the breeze. Giles under pressure. Oh, high tackle on Bolton. He played it well. Off Bolt Makareth, but he's got to come back. And it's Bolton from the check side of the centre circle. Kick number 10 off the side of his boot. Oh, that's a shocking kick. Goes straight to Belton. Bradley's out wide. Coming to meet him was Tahini. Bradley on the left leg. Kicks long. Back towards the half-back line. Not quite there was John Simpson. Going through. Harvey gives a chance. Bucky Cunningham. Out wide is still Williams. Beautifully taken on him by John Simpson. Oh, what a magnificent steal as Matheson provides the lead close to the line. He's got to get round Makareth. Oh, he didn't do that. It's Huffert's high. Going in towards goal. This could be a magnificent goal to Port Adelaide. Oh, what a mistake by the Woodville defence. What they didn't need. And Hufferts makes them pay for the mistake. His second goal.
Was it ever a mistake? She can't afford to make them. This was magnificent work by Simpson. He read that beautifully, but this is where it all went wrong. Matheson had the chance. He could either run it out or put it back to Makareth, but he didn't. He gave it to Hufferts instead, and the Port champion kicked his second goal. Port Adelaide 10-12, the Warriors 12-10.
Kennedy in ruck for Port. Played well, but Beecroft has won the centre bounce, but on this occasion he didn't get a chance to out-wide it to Matheson. He'll need support. Around the corner there from Detman towards the half-forward line. Harradine. A long kick. Getting back Ackerman, fine mark. Ackerman inside the half-back line. Port Adelaide starting to make their bid as they're 10 down. Giles, 10 points that is. Giles on the half-back line. Feletic gives him a lead long, but it's Matheson in front of Kinnear. Kinnear close to the line, gets the kick away, but it's just as far there of Big Bob Beecroft.
Beecroft sees a player short, and that is Ron Fuller. His last 2 kicks have gone to Fuller. Fuller hands one out to young Anderson. You remember that for a while. Russell Ebert, the only player to look at the ball, and The result pretty obvious. He swings it way out to Bomber Clifford. Forever on his own. Brian Cunningham off. On is Paul Pleasure. Port Adelaide a chance. Clifford again over to Curtis. The Magpies are running. That's short to Gill. He couldn't half volley it. Simpson, no, it was Darmody who ran into the brick wall. Gill in trouble, but he gets a free kick for hanging on. The Port supporters happy, but the Warrior supporters not at all happy, I can tell you that. Gill. Gill is a sharpshooter. A very good goal kicker, Gill. Lines them up, but on that occasion he hits the post. Well, as Ian Day said, Port making their bid, 10-13, the Warriors 12-10.
Sherping, short, Breecroft. Thought about Heaven. Going to slow it down. He's going to go in, cross goal, or gee, a dangerous sort of football to Fuller. Fuller goes even wider still on the outer side. Is Max Parker up over the top. Harvey versus Parker, backhands it out. Good football to Simpson. He's clear on the half back line. Going further to Coop, close to the line. Not good football, that one. And kicks out of play on the full. 9 points. Curtis, Clifford. Centre wing. The Bomber. Reported in that third quarter. Wouldn't be happy with that. Too far for Kennedy. Just right for Bradley. Bradley in the centre circle. Elects to play on now. Port Adelaide starting to run up towards full forward. The big leap is on. Darmody dropped the mark, but the umpire has paid it. A little quick with a whistle. And Darmody's got it right on the edge of the square. Played 9 minutes almost.
The Warriors giving it everything. They're taking chances, though. Couldn't smother the ball, Matheson. Tahini it was. Kennedy to Feletic. And here is the Phantom. Finds an open space, Feletic. He's got 5. Easily the biggest goal kicker on the ground. This will be his 14th kick. It's a pretty important one as we approach the 10-minute mark of this last quarter. He lines them up. He's offline with that one, though. Clearly a point. 10-14, the Magpies. The Warriors are 12-10, and Ian, they're still in it, but Port Adelaide are picking up momentum.
They're looking dangerous now, Peter. Feletic again. The umpire's paid that mark. Feletic kicked his first point a moment ago. He's a lot further out this time, however. About 45 metres. Bruce?
He's the top goal kicker in the history against Woodville at Football Park. He kicked 8 goals in 1980. I don't think he'll do that today, but he's getting close.
Full forward. Macareth, Heaven, quickly out Simpson. The umpire said you can play on. And Simpson takes his 10 metres as he goes towards the outer side there. Kicks into touch. A throw in. Just the attack side of centre wing for Port Adelaide. They're down by 8. Getting a little tired by the looks of things, Woodville. They've put in a superlative performance, though, against the more fancy Port Adelaide side. Kennedy and Beecroft. Almost 11 minutes gone. Beecroft's front spot. Line ball, that one. Coop. Curtis. Port Adelaide into attack again. Parker and Feletic at the back as Heaven. Up over the top and takes the easy defensive mark.
And 15 metres. Milan Feletic knocked it out of the hands, and what will Lindsay Heaven do with it? He runs it onto Tahini. He didn't really want it. Pirouette's out of trouble. Goes short, looking for Ron Fuller. That's not a good kick. Clifford has to play it on. It was touched. Kennedy's caught. Holding the ball. Paul Pleasure it was. Fancy getting Paul Pleasure mixed up with Dexter Kennedy. Well, Macareth goes long. Underneath that is Eckerman. All the Port Adelaide defenders did the wrong thing there, but Spirans caught. Down he goes. Paul Pleasure caught as well. Tahini gets a high one. Here's a chance, Fuller. He's in trouble. Finally shuffles it out. A chance, Harradine. Harradine looking for Blight. Blighty's got it. He's been paid. He didn't have much of it, but the umpire has been paying this sort of mark in.
Well, Peter, that's as good as mark has been paid all day. I would pay that one.
I'd agree.
Obviously, the Port Adelaide hierarchy there wouldn't. They're looking very glum indeed. And this might start another pecker. Warrior revival.
Kick number 13, Malcolm Blight. This is easily his most important. He couldn't miss, surely. Goal number 5. The Warriors still in it. 13-10 to the Magpies. Magpies 10-14.
10 Woodville, 10-14 Port Adelaide. 12 and a half minutes gone. Can Woodville do it? Beecroft against Kennedy, centre bounce. A lot of people would be barracking out there for Woodville. Beautifully taken by Hubbard to the half-forward line. In front is Darmody of Gill. He's been paid the mark, has he? No, elected to play on. Told to play on. Poor Fleischer out wide. Here's trouble. Bomber Clifford. Harvey wants it, but Bomber goes it alone. I think it's hit the post.
Right in.
It's hit the post. Oh, into the open goal. Port Adelaide can't take a trick at the moment. Bruce McAvaney.
Well, if Woodville win, lose or draw, Ian, they've created a record. This is their biggest score ever against Port Adelaide at Football Park. Previously, it was 13 goals, 9.
The Warriors kick out. It appeared to be Sherpick. Running after the ball now is Schwarz. Philetics right on him. So is Anderson. Down goes Schwarz, and out it goes. We're past the 13-minute mark. There's still a ton of football left. The Warriors have got to keep on attacking. They can't go on the defensive. Beecroft in front, takes it out of the air. Paul Fleischer in there. All Port Adelaide players everywhere. That's a kick to the danger. That'll be taken by Anderson. Bradley wants it in the middle. Anderson goes long. That's a giant kick. Oh, Sherpick's in trouble. Williams under the ball, but no mark. And there'll be a ball in. Well, Williams wanted it. It wasn't a clean grab. I don't think he had as much of that as Malcolm Blight did. Big Max Parker is number 1. Philetics is 22. Parker over the top. There's a chance. Schwarz. Robert Clifford having something to say, but Schwarz will play it on. Darmody swings it back to the centre of the, or towards centre half forward. The mark is taken there by McSporran. He's having a run on the ball, obviously. Ron Fuller has run down to the centre. Michael Fuller gives him something to aim at. Well, that's a floater. Goes over the top to Kennedy. Dropped right out of the game, Kennedy. Coop's got it. Russell Ebert has now. Gets to his feet. Diving on top of it, Coop. And the Packers, or the Warriors, are desperate.
Out of side. Bounce down. It'll be Beecroft. And Kennedy. In go the bodies. Kennedy thumps the ball clear. Taken by McSporran, however. Harradine a chance. Further afield now. It is Coop. To the half-forward line they go. A lot of pushing and shoving. Well done on this occasion by Ben Harris to outposition Malcolm Blight. And he's got it at centre half-back. A long kick. Parker. Good mark, unopposed. Port Adelaide's forward line not functioning at all well. Gee, do you think they're ever missing Tim Evans? Out wider still. Harradine almost run down, boots it into the pocket. A one-out situation there. Blight will get there before Harris. He's only got one man to get round. Kept the ball in play, looking to pass off. He's got here in Coop. Well done. Coop thought about playing on. In fact, the crowd reckon he has. But he's about 45, 50 metres out from goal. Short or too far for Harradine. Out further still. Harradine has got it now. Kicks long. Up into the square. Blight's going to get a leap. Is he over the top? McSporran grabbing the mark. He's been paid. What a great mark. Blight saying well done. McSporran, gee, I reckon that Kennedy had a bit of a grip on that, but McSporran has been paid right on the edge of the square, and what an important kick for the Warriors. Kevin McSporran has booted 2. Should not miss this one, and do you think this would throw the cat amongst the Magpies? Home, 3 goals McSporran. Woodville 14-10, lead the Magpies 10-15.
Well, things starting to look a bit dangerous for the Magpies. We'll have a look at that one again. It's the advantage of the replay. Harradine kicks it forward. Let's have a look at McSporran.
See whether Kennedy gets any grip of this, Peter.
Kennedy appeared to have some of it for sure, but McSporran was paid and he kicked the goal. Bruce.
Since the halfway mark of the third quarter, Peter, Woodville have kicked 9-2 to 1-4.
Back to the centre of the ground. Kennedy and Beecroft. Nil effect. Ron Fuller. Beecroft gets the kick away. Harradine at half forward. Runs through half forward. Oh, they're alive. The Warriors are on the move. Here's a chance. Malcolm Blight, he's one out. Couldn't take the mark. Recovers well. Tries to kick it off the ground, but missed it completely. Colliding with the post. Oh, it's a goal! It's a goal. It came off Blight's boot. Eckerman didn't get to it. The goal umpire has indicated a goal. That's number 6 to Blight.
Let's have a look at it in replay. What a freak goal. Harradine again. What a game he's played. Now Blight pushes Harris underneath it. He gets his feet to it. Now does Eckerman touch it? I don't think he did get to it. Well, the umpire said he certainly did. Blight and Coop, what a goal. And goal number 6 it is. And the Packers are big chance.
Well, they're 25 points up. Port Adelaide looking down the barrel. Harris is in ruck. Can't get it out. Back to Clifford it goes. The kick forward. Max Parker's going to take it. Not paid. Gets it out to Heaven. The Warriors are running. Darmody. On a lead is Harradine. Behind that player is Giles. Harradine happy to see it go over. Well, there's still plenty of time left though. Not quite 18.5 minutes in. The Warriors by 25 points. Harris misses it. Back to Detman. Over the top, Kinnear. Fallen right out of the game. Down he goes and gets a free kick for a push in the back.
Kinnear plays on quickly in towards the centre line. Portleach is there. Over the top, Matheson. Fuller against the tide. A chance now going through. Couldn't pick him up. Here's a chance for Mackerett. Goes out to the half-forward line. McSporran clear again. Gee, the Warriors starting to run. On the lead is Fuller, and he's got the ball in the pocket. And will take his time once more. Gee, the Warriors moving everywhere through the Port Adelaide defence now, creating loose men and doing it brilliantly. 15-10 to 10-15, a 25-point advantage. 19 minutes has been played. And Fuller could make it awfully difficult for the Magpies. I think it's a goal. Oh, offline. Well, why were they clapping? Malcolm Blight was clapping, and it was only a point. He's just happy with any score, I suppose.
Well, I reckon he's happy with a Warrior possession. Gin Norwood beaten by the Eagles on yesterday. We're approaching the 20-minute mark. The Warriors by 26 points. Oh, no opposition there. Tahini knocks it down. Here's a chance. Simpson smothered well by Williams, who's way down in the back lines now. There's panic on in the Magpie camp. Holding the ball against McSporran, the free kick to Craig Ebert. Ben Harris wants it in the middle. He's on his own. Ebert has seen him. Harradine comes in for support. A big leap by Harris. Over the back for Ledick. Kinnear's a runner. Hasn't been sighted since Beecroft gave him a whack in that third quarter. Anderson for Port Adelaide. Goes for home. Not a good kick. Heaven is there. Oh, he dropped it. Plays it in front of him. Kicking it off the ground. Searches for the boundary line. It's not quite there, but it is now. Bruce.
Woodville have only won twice against Port Adelaide. Their biggest winning margin was 25 points. At the very moment, they're 26 points in front. I hope that doesn't put the mockers on them.
Well, the Warrior supporters at home and at the Oval must be ecstatic at the moment. But the game is still there to be won. Out of bounds again. The giant killers of the competition this weekend, the Eagles and possibly the Warriors. They're playing well. Kennedy from behind. Parker over the top, smashes it out of bounds again. 10-15 the Magpies, the Warriors 15-11.
Woodville would be quite happy to see it out there for the rest of the quarter. Nearly 22 minutes gone. Woodville by 26 points. Kennedy and Beecroft. Here's a chance now. Huppets up towards the half-forward line. Getting underneath the ball was Gill. Darmody gets it out wide. Matheson down in the goal square. Close to the line, but he's got time to decide where he's going to put it. Oh, gee, that wasn't a very good place to put it. He found Portleach right on the line, tucked into the pocket. The Magpies want a quick score. In they go. Bradley, high, off the side of his boot, however, and out of play on the foot. Woodville hanging on well. They're not about to let this one get clear, but don't write the Magpies off yet. 15-11 to 10-15.
The Bay supporters in their seats at home wouldn't be too rapt about a Warrior victory. So the Warriors will get off the bottom if they can win this one. Smashing it back towards the line again. John Simpson. And we just passed the 22-minute mark. 3 goals so far. No, 4 have been kicked in this quarter. There won't be a great deal of time on. Kennedy gets it down. That's Anthony Williams. The kick smothered. Bomber Clifford in front. Falls over. No free kick. Another ball in. What can Port Adelaide do? John Harvey's at fullback now on Malcolm Blight. Where's Ben Harris? I think he's on the ball somewhere. Feletic got it down. Huppets fell over. Tahini lets it go over again. And there will be another ball in. Port Adelaide at 10-15. The Warriors must be excited about their prospects. 15-11.
The Woodville experienced players know what to do. Parker, Kevin McSporran, Harradine, they're all there making sure Port Adelaide doesn't get an easy goal. And the seconds tick by as Woodville hang on like grim death. 23 minutes gone almost, or just over 23 minutes, nearly 24. Feletic, Parker up over the top. The Bomber goes through. I think you'll probably find Feletic's going to get a free kick in the first place. The Bomber wants to play on there with Fuller, but the free kick will go back to Milan Feletic on the half-forward right flank. Kick number 17, Feletic. Played well. Oh, magnificent kick. Gee, that's almost going to make the distance. This could be a goal. Kennedy right on the line. Just get his fingers to it. I think it would have gone the wrong side of the post. But a point to Port Adelaide, 10-16. Woodville, 15-11.
25 points the difference. Sherpick has to go back. The lead is on from Fuller. Gee, they're playing very confidently, the Warriors. Fuller's played very well too in the last half. Kick number 15 coming up for that player. Wide it goes towards Beecroft and Harris. Best big man on the ground, Beecroft. He's caught holding the ball. Well, you say something nice about someone and suddenly it all goes wrong. Russell Ebert on the run. He's trying to lift his players. In front, Gill. Couldn't take the mark. Tries to recover but can't. And the Warriors hold position. We're past 24 minutes.
I don't think Port Adelaide can, Peter, and that's a big statement to make.
Yeah, I think you might be right, Ed. I think I said that last week at Prospect at three-quarter time.
Not a 25-minute mark, Peter.
Oh, dear, oh, dear. Missing the ball then was Bolton. It came out to Huppets. They've got to start kicking goals, the Magpies. Not a good kick forward. Kennedy's outnumbered. Knocking it over. The Warriors. Darmody clears. That's out on the full, and the kick-in will be taken by Anderson. Anderson's a good kick. He'll probably try and hit the square from there. Port Adelaide supporters are leaving the stand. It's incredible. I don't know whether that's out of frustration, disgust or disbelief. The Bomber's on a lead and he takes an easy mark in front of Heaven. Pandemonium will break loose if the Warriors win this. The Bomber must kick a goal for the Magpies to have any chance. Not going to make the distance. Kennedy's taken the mark. And he should kick it from point-blank range. Big Dexter Kennedy took a clear mark. This will be his 10th kick. He's also taken 10 marks. Not a bad performance. That's his first goal. The Magpies 11-16. The Warriors 15-11.
Well, still Woodville by 19 points. It was Feletic to Clifford. It wasn't a strong kick by Clifford, but maybe he was looking for Kennedy to pull down that big mark, the same as he did last week. And Dexter Kennedy, average hit-outs per game, 16. But he played very well for Port Adelaide this afternoon, but Beecroft has won the centre, no question about that. 15-11 to 11-16. The Magpies have got to score at least 4 times to win.
Beecroft playing a lone hand for the Warriors. What a job he's done. He's taken on Harris and Kennedy, beaten them both. Harris got that away. Harradine snared it. Russell Ebert couldn't find it, but Curtis could. The runner is Craig Ebert. Curtis will swing it back to the centre. The Magpies in trouble. Beecroft, oh, great mark at centre half back. Possibly best man on the ground, Beecroft. Kick number 14 goes very wide to Heaven. He's got a loose player alongside of him. It appears to be Matheson. Simpson's the runner. He's bowled out of the way by Williams. Down goes Schwarz. Out of the pack comes Anderson. He tries to kick long, but it comes off the side of the boot. Darmody, what a quarter he's played. Back it goes to Beecroft. Beecroft to Fuller. Fuller also playing well. Over it comes to Matheson this time. Matheson goes short. Not a good kick. Being held was Ackerman, not seen. Macarath. Down goes Coop. He got a high one. Gilda Curtis. Back to Giles. And the Magpies are running. No one home at centre-half forward. The bomber goes up. Lindsay Heaven, a stalwart in defence, takes a good safe mark.
Out wide is, oh, that's not a good kick at all. Belton's out there. With him is Bolton. He gets a nice sit on the ball. Belton going to worry him all the way. Well done, Bolton. The handball goes out. Oh, that's not so well done. Harris with the opportunity. Port Adelaide go in long. Heaven getting underneath the ball out there. Closing on him quickly is Feletic. The tackle was high. The free kick has been paid to Heaven. And there's no way in this wide world I think the Magpies can win from here. 15-11 to 11-16. Woodville are playing it safe. Well, that's not so safe playing on quickly like that. McSporran out wider still. I think that is probably McSporran out, not McSporran. It was probably, I couldn't pick him up, not to worry. Getting very dark on the outer side of the ground. Might have been Tahini. Port Adelaide into attack again towards McSporran. In front, Darmody. Quickly now, Feletic. Feletic around the corner. One-on-one back there. And well taken by Sherpy. He plays on towards centre wing. Fuller up. Clifford in the pocket. He wants support. Chips out the pass. Feletic. Parker right there with him. But Feletic has got it. But seconds ticking away pretty quickly now. There it is. The upset of the year. Feletic is going to have his kick. He's about 45 metres out. It won't make any difference to the score. Feletic has already kicked 5 goals. He's offline with that one. 1 point only. But Port Adelaide, 11 goals. 17 have gone down to Woodville. 15 goals. 11. And Peter, the upset of 1983.
Well, we thought yesterday was a bit unusual with the Eagles beating the Redlegs, but a magnificent performance by Woodville. Their third quarter was superb when they started to run. They won the centre with Detman. He covered Bradley. Clifford was taken out of the game. They started to get winners, and they ran the ball down to Blight. He finished it off well with them with 6 goals, even though he was